Right. This exercise is your classroom exercise 9.3. So what is the requirement for this exercise? The requirement for this exercise is preparing income statement and statement of financial position for which company? Wiki Trading for the year ended 31st December 2019. So let's see what is the trial balance of Wiki. Wiki Trading is a sole trader who closed his account on 31st December. Below is the trial balance of the company before the adjustment. So you can see this is the trial balance of the company. Right, this is the trial balance of the company. And we have quite numbers of adjustment to do. So first of all, we will need to do the adjustment based on the information provided, and those adjustments will reflect in the trial balance. So in the next section, I'm going to show you how to adjust the trial balance, the Excel format trial balance. So I also require you to do the same adjustment in your exam. All right, you are required to do the same adjustment in your exam because the adjustment in your trial balance can be treated as a working for your adjustment. All right, class, is my message clear? You are required to do the same adjustment as me. So later on, I will show you one example, and then you have a look. Okay, we start from the first one. So bring up your text pack because you may need to follow me to do the adjustment, so you can familiar on the adjustment. Okay, so we start from the first one. So this is classroom exercise 9.3. First one, inventory value as at 31st December 2019 is 35,000. During the stock count, it was noted that a batch of the stock amounting to 5,000 is damaged. The estimated selling price of this batch of stock is 9,000 and the repairing cost is 3,000. So the first one is regarding the inventory. And actually, what are the things that the examiner want to test you? What are the chapter or what are the things that the examiner wants to test you? Can you share to me? What are the things that examiner want to test you? Yes, very good. They want to test you your understanding on NRV. All right. They want to test you inventory and RV. So they say that the total inventory currently you have is 35,000. And then in this 35,000, there is one batch of product. The cost is 5,000. And this product is what? Is damaged. So from here, we can find out that another batch of product, the remaining stock is 30,000, right? This batch of product is okay, no problem. So cost is 5,000. And then they say that the future selling price is how much? 9,000. And then they have a repair cost, 3,000. So these are the information provided by the examiner. And what are the things that the examiner wants to test you? NRV. So we start from this one. Cost, we know under the NRV concept, right? We need to provide what? We need to recognize the lowest of cost or NRV as the value of the inventory, am I right? We need to calculate the lowest of cost and NRV as the value of your inventory. So we know the cost is 5,000. Can you share with me what is the value of NRV? Can you share with me what is the value of NRV? So Jiaxuan answer is 6,000. How about the rest? Hey class, this inventory NRV very important to you, because the closing inventory start at the very beginning in your income statement. If you cannot identify the correct value, then you will have a greatest impact in your income statement. So Puichi answer 6,000 as well. How about this? Did you got answer or not? Darren, Nixon, Vanessa, Venice, Darren. NRV, forget that. How to get your NRV? NRV is based on your estimated selling price minus what? Cost of selling, and then minus what? Cost of completion. So 6,000 as well. How about us? Ooh, hey class, are you participating? Or are you still dreaming? All right, your NRV is 6,000. So from here, we know that we have to choose the lowest of, right? So 5,000 is selected as the value for this damaged product. So what is the total value? The total value is 30,000, the okay one, plus the damaged product 5,000. So total value 35,000. Meaning that later on when we record the closing inventory, we use the 35,000 as the value. All right, you can record this. All right, next. One of the customer has declared bankrupt at 31st December 2019. The outstanding amount owing by this customer is 10,000. The management has decided that the provision for doubtful debts is 1.5% on its net receivables. So in this second information, actually we have two adjustments. The first adjustment is on the bad debts, because my client bankrupt. So I have to provide what is the double entry for this bankrupt. So when we have a bad debts, our double entry is debit bad debts 10,000, and then credit to trade receivables 10,000. So this is the double entry when our customer bankrupt. It means that your expenses increase, and at the same time, the value of your trade receivables reduce. So now we have to show this adjustment in our trial balance. So go to your trial balance. First, you have a scan. Do you have bad debts here? We don't have bad debts here, right? So we create the bad debts ourselves. All right. So we write bad debts. What is the value for this bad debts? 10,000. So we write on the debit side 10,000. Next, we have to credit our receivables, right? Class, can you tell me my receivables? Which one is the receivables? The debit one or the credit one? I think by now you should very familiar. Receivables is a debit balance, right? Payable is a credit balance. And in this requirement, we have to credit 10,000, right? But can we write the 10,000 here? No, because this 135 is the payables. So we have to adjust in your trade receivables, right? So you minus 10,000 on your trade receivables. So your trade receivables become 170. How to ensure that your adjustment is correct? After each double entry, you go to the total here. You go to the total here. If your debit still match with your credit after the adjustment, meaning that your adjustment is correct. So the technique here is after each adjustment, check your balances. After each adjustment, check the balances. You don't check the balances at the end of your all adjustment. It may be too late for you to identify the mistake. Class, is my message clear? Is my message clear? Clear, huh? And I want you to do the same thing. I want you to do the same thing in the exam. Make the adjustment here. And for your information, because I want you to have enough practicing by using the Excel to prepare your income statement and statement of financial position. So the Excel from home exercise 1.9.1 to 9.3, I have provided the Excel in the LMS. I think if you went through the the LMS, you can see it, right? Use that for your practicing. All right, so we're back to here first. All right, so I remind you again, all the adjustment you have to show in your trial balance, and this trial balance will be provided in your exam. So adjustment made here. This is the only way for me to check whether you make the correct adjustment or not. And then one more thing, for example, you see this formula, we minus 100,000. Normally we put an equal at the front, so it can be formularized. Okay, so make sure you have enough practicing. The soft copy has been provided to you, so you can try yourself. And another adjustment is the provision for doubtful debts, right? 1.5%. So this is regarding the provision for doubtful debts. Formula for provision for doubtful debts. We use the trade receivables minus bad debts times the percentage. For this company, trade receivables 180,000, bad debts 10,000. The provision for doubtful debt is 1.5%. So we get our answer 2550, and which is this year. After your provision for doubtful debts, you need to scan your trial balance. You need to scan your trial balance to find out whether you have a previous year provision for doubtful debts or not. So in the trial balance, we notice this one. Last year, we have a provision for doubtful debts. The value is 3,500. So we include this 3,500 in our comparison. So class, can you tell me what is the changes? what is the changes in our provision for doubtful debts? Increase or decrease? And if increase, how much is the amount? If decrease, how much is the amount? Decrease, right? Yes, we have a decrease in the provision for doubtful debts from 3,500 to 2,550, and the value is 950. Class, can you tell me if we have a decrease in the provision for doubtful debts, this is an income for the company or expenses for the company? What is the nature? What is the nature for this? So Vanessa answer is income. How about us? If we have a decrease in the provision for doubtful debts, what is the nature? Yes, correct. This is income of the company if you have a decrease in your provision for doubtful debts. So next, I'm going to show you the double entry. So we debit the provision for doubtful debts and we credit to allowance for doubtful debts. The amount is 950. This is the double entry. All right. So now we have to reflect this in our trial balance. We start from the debit. Debit is a provision for doubtful debts, right? And in our Excel, we know that we have a provision for doubtful debts. But we cannot put a 950 here. Why? Because one account, we cannot have two amounts. So if you have two amounts in one account, right? What you need to do? You need to net off. When we need to net off, we transfer the smaller amount to the higher amount. So in a debit is a positive 950, right? We change to credit, it become a minus 950. And then you press an equals to make it formalize. Next, we have to credit, right? We need to create one allowance for doubtful debts account, 950 on the credit. After you make the adjustment, take a look. If your trial balance still matching, it means that your adjustment is correct. All right. Class, I want you to do the same thing in your exam. So don't tell me that you don't have this information letter. I cannot accept. So shall we move on? Move on. Yes, huh? All right. The next adjustment. The management has engaged a professional valuer to determine the fair value of the land and building. The fair value of the land is 700,000 as at 31st December 2019. The management has decided to adjust the land and building to its fair value. So this section, number 3, adjustment, they want to test your understanding on the fair value. So this fair value is regarding the land and building of the company. So first of all, we have cost. Cost refer to the value that we currently record in the account. And then we have a fair value. This fair value provided by the professional valuer. This 700 I extracted from the additional information here. So let's have a look. What is the value of our land? Land and building record 500,000 in the account. So cost is 500,000. So tell me, excuse me, excuse me. So tell me, what is the difference? And this difference is a gain on revaluation or loss on revaluation? Gain by how much? Yes, we record a gain on the revaluation, right? Why gain? Because the amount from 500,000 to 700,000, the value increase. And then the gain is 200,000. Next, we have to provide the double entry for this one. The double entry for your fair value gain is we debit land and building account 200, and we credit to revaluation reserve another 200. So this is the double entry. All right, class. In the exam, right? In the exam, you take a test pack. You take a test pack to write this. All right, to write your working. But do you need to submit this test pack to me? My answer is no. You are not required to submit this to me. How do I check your working? I check your working through the Excel here. Because I know if you write this, I want you to convert to PDF, JPEG, it's quite time consuming to you. So I give you the convenience. I give you the convenience. You do the working yourself. You no need to submit to me. All right. But you have to show the adjustment in the trial balance. Can or cannot, class? Can we have a deal on this? I give you convenient, no need to send me this. Class. Can accept accept class. Or you prefer to send me this? Also can. All right. So we have a deal. No need to send me this, but you have to show your adjustment in your trial balance. So let's look at this. We have a gain on revaluation by 200,000, right? So first we debit our land and building account. Next, do we have revaluation account? Sorry, revaluation reserve account. We don't have, right? So we create. So you can see that after the adjustment, the total remain the same. All right, done, right? Let's move on. Next adjustment regarding the depreciation. The depreciation rate for machinery and office equipment is 20% and 10% respectively by using straight line method. We can take a look for this one as well. As at 31st December 2019, the management decided to write off one of the machine, which have a cost of 100,000 and net book value of 60,000 as at 1st of January 2019. This transaction is not yet reflected in the trial balance. So this one is linked with what? This one. So first of all, it said that the company depreciation policy is straight line method. They use 20% for the machinery and 10% for the office equipment. So, and then at the end of the year, 31st December 2019, the management decided to write off one of the exam. You can hear, right? Sorry, which have a cost of 100,000 and net book value of 60,000. So they say that this 100,000 and 60,000 is the value at 1st of January 2019. This transaction not yet reflected in the trial balance. So we can calculate the depreciation for office equipment first because there is no linkage between the next one. All right. So number 4. So depreciation of which one? Office equipment. Yeah, I should mute my first one. Sorry about that. I thought I go to another site, it should be not so annoying you. Depreciation of office equipment. All right. So what is the method used by the management? They use straight line method. For straight line method, the formula is cost minus scrap value times the depreciation rate. And for this exercise, we are not giving the scrap value, right? You see, no information on the scrap value. So we can calculate directly. For the office equipment, my cost is 120,000. So we use 120,000 times the rate. What is the rate for office equipment? Office equipment is 10%. So we get answer 12,000. What is the double entry for this 12,000? We debit depreciation expenses, 12,000, and then we credit to accumulated depreciation of office equipment, 12,000. So this is the double entry. So we calculate the depreciation for office equipment first, and then followed by a machinery. Less 10, sorry. So thanks for reminding me, Kuichi. Now we have to show this in our trial balance. So first, we don't have depreciation, right? So we create a depreciation account and 12,000. And then the credit side, we record on the accumulated depreciation of your office equipment. So we add another 12,000 here. After you make the adjustment, check the total. If the total is tally, that means that your adjustment is correct. Right, this is the first adjustment we do for the office equipment. Next, we are going to do the adjustment for the machinery, the depreciation. Done, huh? Hey, class, if I'm too fast, please let me know. If not, I will just continue. All right. Hey, why do they respond so little? You all haven't wake up? Class, you all haven't wake up? No. Then how come? Because what? Your hand. Because you keep playing guitar, so your hand 割到 is what? 流血. Oh, okay. Because you play guitar, right? Yeah, then you should stop playing guitar before the exam, you know. Later you can't perform. Just now to rush. Alright. Too rush, so you hurt your hand. Wow. It's not my problem, right? If it's yes, then sorry. Oh, not my problem. Okay. Then you should ask comfort from your girlfriend. I cannot help on that area. Sorry about that. Okay, I think we can proceed to the next one, right? So the next one regarding the machinery depreciation, right? So this is for the number 5, depreciation. And this is for machinery. So machinery, we can split into 2 portions. The first portion is what? Is the asset that is written off. Another portion that it means that the machine is still in the good condition. So the cost for the damaged one is how much? The cost and accumulated depreciation. The cost for the written off is 100,000 and 60,000, right? 100,000 and 60,000. So for the okay, no issue one, let's have a look. The total cost of your machinery is 280,000. If the written off amount is 100,000, so the one remain okay one is what? 180,000. How do I get 180,000? I use 280,000 minus 10,000. So how about accumulated depreciation? The total accumulated depreciation is how much? Hey, sorry, I refer to the wrong, this one, 150,000. Alright, so I use 150,000 minus 60,000. I get the value of 90,000. So first you split what is the value of your machinery that is going to write it off, and what is the normal one? So why the net book value is accumulated? Wait, net book value. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, thanks for reminding me. I am blur. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, this one wrong. And this one wrong as well. All right, so we have a net book value, right? Wow, class, you're very good. You spot out the trick that set by me. And then I jumped the trick myself, but you all escaped from there. Very good, very good. Okay, the net book value is 60,000, right? Meaning that your accumulated depreciation is how much? 40,000. All right. So here 40,000 as well, right? So 110 for the accumulated depreciation. For the asset that is okay. Thanks for highlighting this to me. Okay, nah? So we follow by the depreciation calculation. All right, for the depreciation calculation. The cost is 100,000. The depreciation rate is 20%. Do we need to adjust the numbers of months? No need, because for this asset, right, we use until 31st December 2019. It means that we use for 12 months. So no need to adjust. And for this one, 180,000 times 20% equals to 36,000. So my total depreciation equals to 20 plus 36. So total 56,000. First, we record the double entry for the depreciation. We will debit depreciation account 56,000, and then we credit to accumulated depreciation of your machinery 56,000 as well. The first step is to determine the depreciation. Second step is to record the written off. So for the written off, how we record? First, we debit the accumulated depreciation of machinery 60,000. We debit asset written off 40,000, and then we credit to the machinery cost 100,000. So how do I get this 60? This 60 refer to the previous year accumulated depreciation together with this year depreciation. So we get the total accumulated depreciation of 60,000. So this is the double entry. Plus, which section or which entry you are not clear and you wish me to explain further? That's okay or not for this adjustment? Can I understand? because the machine is having written off, right? So we split the machine into the normal one and also the written off one. So we calculate the depreciation separately. So first we get the depreciation. Next, when we determine the accumulated depreciation for the written off asset, we need to use the prior year together with this year. So we get 60,000. So your accumulated depreciation is 60, machinery cost is 100. So we find out a difference of 40,000. This 40,000 will be the written off value. Can so far so good. So first we record the depreciation. So depreciation, I will add 56,000. And then this 56,000, I will credit to the accumulated depreciation of machinery account. After you record this, have a look on the total. Yes, the total is the same. Next, we record the double entry here. So we minus 60. We minus 100. And then we have another 40. 40 asset written off. So by doing so, your total can tally. Okay, please have a look. Right, class, can follow? Am I too fast? Can follow or not? Can Alright, very good. So this is the adjustment. And we look at the next one. The management has rent out the empty space in the building to others. The rental per month is 2,000 per month. And then this starts from 1st January 2009. So this is regarding the rental income. So rental income adjustment. This should be number 6, right? Number 6, rental income adjustment. So for rental income, normally we have 3 things to record. The first one is by right. The second one is the collection. So they say that 1 month we receive 2,000 from our tenant, and this rent out of space start from January. It means that we have a 12 month this year. So by right, we should receive 24,000 from our tenant. But what is the actual collection? For the actual collection, you can refer to where? You can refer to your trial balance. This will be your collection. So this year we have a 27,000 collection. It means that we have a 3,000 difference, right? So tell me, what is the nature for this 3,000 difference? for the rental income. What is the nature? What is the nature for this 3,000? Yes, the answer is correct. In advance. So for in advance, this is our liability or asset. What is the nature? In advance? Yes, the nature is liability. So double entry, we debit rental income. I credit to rental income in advance. This is the double entry. All right, let's reflect this in our trial balance. So debit rental income, because this is rental income, right? We have to net off. We cannot have one account but two amount. So minus 3,000 here. Remember to put a equals. If you didn't put the equals, this cannot be formalized. So put equal here. And then you will credit rental income in advance. 3,000. So after the adjustment, check your total. All right, let's continue. The next one. The fire insurance covered the period from 1st October 2019 and 31st September 2020. All right, 1st October 2019. So this is regarding the 7, right? Fire insurance. So they say that first we need to identify the accounting period. The accounting period start from 1st January to 31st December 2019. But the fire insurance cover from where? 1st October 2019 up to 30th September 2020. All right. So basically, this question is testing your preparedness. So can you tell me how many months that we prepare for our fire insurance? How many months that we prepare for our fire insurance? Class, how many months that we prepare for our fire insurance? Hi, hey. Junction answer is 9. How about us? Use your finger. What's the number of months? Hey, only got one answer. Huh? How about us?